Alrighty, I'm back. Had a phone call, so we got the engine started. We started refilling it. See, it's still got a rusty look to it, but I think this is like, I don't know, third time I've dumped it and refilled it, so it should get better with each time. But now we're just making sure all the air gets out of this thing, or it will be a nightmare. I'm gonna set you down somewhere. But still see them bubbles coming up. I believe the last time we did this, I mean, we probably ran it for a good half hour or something. I've already been running it for a little while. We'll give her a little bit of RPM. Temperature's still not too bad. It's probably right where it was. It's not even to the first line yet. And I ran that all day yesterday. Now this transmission, 112,000 miles. And the motor come out or engine come out the other Firebird, the red one, and it's got 83,000 actual miles, so not too bad for a 94. Takes like 3.5 gallons for a full fill, but since I'm probably not getting everything out of the engine and hoses and everything, I think I put like 1.5 in last time. I've got about 1 in there now. Still pushing some air out. Yeah, I've got a buddy that has a Dodge truck. His starter went out, and I put a new one, or a new remanned one, and it's already causing him problems. It's been starting great, and so I'm going to check the voltage, and then I'm going to try to jump it, see if it does anything, and probably looking like I'm going to have to replace that or take it back and get another one. The alternator for this car, my buddy said he's got a Suburban, same alternator, and he's had to replace it 3 times within a year or whatever, so I don't know. That alternator is like 130 bucks. I think that starts like 130 bucks with the core. You think you could get a brand new one for that kind of money. So, and yesterday, me and my buddy worked on a Jeep for some friends. The ignition got locked. I think it was like a 98 Jeep Cherokee. They must not have got it thrown all the way into park, but it was locked up. You couldn't turn the key at all. Steering wheel was locked up, and but got under there with a hammer, tapped on, I don't know, my buddy got under there, but evidently the shifter cable or linkage, and was able to engage it into park all the way and freed up the ignition system. So that turned out to be a pretty easy fix. and glad of it. So still got a starter I got to do today for my body, get the air bubbles worked out of this thing, drive it around some more. But yeah, I did get the back seat all tucked away. I still got kick panels over there and over here to put in. Then I got this top plastic molding I need to steal off the other Firebird. I'm stuck with this carpet on my dash because I broke the other one trying to get it out, and I thought, well, I'll glue it, and I broke it again, so it became a Frisbee. Got a little on the floor. Need to invest in some quick dry as much as I make a mess. So it's still up here at the top. I want to give it some more revs. See if I can get that to drop down. I do not want to prematurely cap it off and start driving it, because it will overheat if you got air in it. So still doing good. My airbag and brake ABS light always stays on, but I mean, I just did a swap, so I don't have everything ironed out yet, but got it to where it runs and drives. Got 2 tacks. That's funny. I actually put that, it's already mounted, but I wired it up before I realized it already had a factory one that it worked, but the speedometer doesn't work. But it's like kind of right there in your face. Easier for your eye to connect to though, so. But I tell you one thing, this thing does suck the gas. That's all I know. This is how I do have the front end elevated still, but this is how we got all the air worked out. I messed with the bleeder valves, but we had the cap open, so that just actually allowed air into there, I believe. But I believe if you just jack it up a little bit and let this thing run long enough, it'll force all that air out. Give it some revs. Open up this other bottle here. Jug. Oh well. Makes it easier to see what's going on up here. But it still looks brown and muddy. Rusty. I mean, it's not looking as bad as it first was. So, had to put a new alternator on it. I've got some extra wiring. I believe there's some plugs. I actually tried to change that and hook it into the T56. It actually went to an automatic. So, trying to get the speedometer to work, but I might have to, I think it might be the plug on the passenger side. And I need to get a different plug. I've got to research that some more. I think maybe the automatic was by cable, and I think this is censored. She does run and sound good. I mean, this thing's got some great power and response, throttle response. I mean, it'll definitely do a burnout as long as you want it to. Give her some more revs. guess I better watch doing that too much. I'll just force it out the top and not realize it. I can't hardly see with it jacked up. I might go ahead and lower it now. Set you down here. Wasn't kidding when I tell you this is a small little garage. I mean, that's how much room I got have on this side, and I mean, it pulls right up here and you're barely in the back. So I don't know if this is an old house, so it's probably made for a Model A or Model T, a lot more narrow of a car. Took quite a bit, so thermostat must have opened up, but it takes a while to get all the air out, and it is crucial that you get it all out or you will be overheating. I might have just forced it out the top, I'm not sure. Nice socket that I might want to keep. But yeah, there's where tools that I use a lot end up, and handy. I mean, I've tried to keep it somewhat organized in there, but that's my go-to box. Because I know the 10mm is going to be in there, and just common stuff that this car will use a lot of. Maybe I can see the radiator now. Yes. Oh, that went down. We've been running this for 13 minutes now, and I was running it for a little while before I started recording again, so we're at least 15 minutes into it. And I may, after I cap it off, go onto the bleeder valves right here, about got my finger in there, right here, right there, and just open enough to where I start seeing it get wet. If I can get a cloth down there, we can shoot a stream. I really don't like messing with that one down there by the OptiSpark, but this one don't bother me so much. I mean, it's far enough away from it, I'm not too worried there. And you can see we still got air bubbles coming up out of this thing. Smaller and not as often. I mean, it's not looking too bad. I mean, I can move these. These are my blocks from the rear tires. Yeah, not a whole lot of room. There's the American flag. Some old posters I put up years ago. I used to be a picker. Bought and sold antiques and collectibles. A few of my posters I got on the wall. I made this nice poker display, I think when we first moved in here. Oh, this is pretty cool. You got the military fighting on one side, car going through there. Looks like they're having a race right in the middle of war. Pretty cool poster though. Like this one too, 37 wheelies, coupe. But yeah, a lot of those stickers I got on this, I mean, I probably bought some, but a lot of these parts I actually bought when I did a 74 Nova build. And I actually rebuilt the original motor, but I couldn't wait for that and bought another motor that was already built and put in there. I think I even had the transmission rebuilt and never put that in there. I just bought new rebuilt stuff, put it in there, and then I did rebuild the original motor and trans, but then I just sold it because I ended up getting rid of the car. Want to see that cap? See my heat? Still below the first line. But yeah, I rebuilt that 350, and I just never built an engine before. I had it machined, everything from a guy from Speed Shop, but I just watched a lot of YouTube videos and got her done. She fired up and ran good. I sold it to some guy in Illinois, I think it is. Oh, we lost some more fluid. Yeah, I've had so much problems with this thing overheating that I am pretty anal about getting the air out. So, and if you've got a Firebird, like especially a 94 Firebird in that range, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, we'll probably button this up here pretty quick, cap it off. See how it does. About 1.5, I'm not really sure. There's a little bit, probably better than half left in there. But I will. See there, get some dribbles out. First sign of some water on that one, I mean this one for sure did let some air out. I had that thing all the way screwed out. So anyway, headlights off. There's my nice lighting fixture. But I'll end this here. I'll take it for a drive, let you know how it does. I'm gonna let my dog in or out and go for a ride with me. So I appreciate you guys looking. Hopefully that helps somebody, and have yourself a good day.